In today's video, I'm going to show you 10 stocks which are going to change people's lives. The top 10 AI stocks to invest in right now. Companies that will change the world and make investors rich in the process. Now, of course, I'm not going to be talking about the usual stuff, the stuff that everybody else is talking about, because the money isn't made where the hype is. Where everybody's looking, that's already gone. I'm going to show you some stuff that are, again, under the radar, misunderstood, mispriced, and absolutely not in the hype cycle that you're seeing all over social media, all over the financial media. That whole thing is bullshit. Today, you're getting the real story, and you're going to get it for free. No paywalls, everything is for free, so don't click nothing. Don't smash nothing. Don't buy nothing. Just listen. I'm going to make it quick and snappy. We're not going to waste your time today. So basically, right now, what I want you to understand is that the invention of AI, and obviously it started with ChatGPT, this is the equivalent of the invention of electricity. It's that important. And it is a revolutionary thing. This is pretty much the new gold rush right now that we're seeing playing out in front of us. And in the beginning, everybody thought that LLMs, large language models, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT and Claude and all that stuff, this is where the money is. And certainly there will be money made there by these companies, but now at this point, LLMs have become a commodity. They're not really that important. The money is being made not in the LLM business, it's being made in the picks and shovels business, just like it did in 1850 in the actual gold rush. The people who sold tents and jeans and boots and picks and shovels, literally, they have made the most amount of money. While some prospectors got rich, everybody who sold infrastructure, everybody who sold picks and shovels got rich in the process. This is the best chances to make money. Now, right now, I'm going to show companies with stable and extremely profitable and less volatile structures, companies that are expectable and foreseeable and easy to understand. And all of this is about building the infrastructure for the next decade. These LLMs are going to be game-changing, no doubt. But the money will be made by whatever helps this thing run behind the scenes. If you're investing for at least the next 10 years, this list is absolutely mandatory for you to understand. This list is basically going to show you the entire AI infrastructure landscape and where the money will be made. Now, here's the concept. It's quite simple. So we gave you one example with energy. I talked about it last week. We've made a whole video explaining how energy is such an important product of the whole AI and data center stuff, basically showing you how energy is a massive constraint. It's a massive problem, and the solutions will make money to the same companies who will offer these solutions. And we gave you an example with Vertev, VRT, about cooling, and then went deep dive into this, and a lot of you love this video, and I'm happy that it got you thinking about the energy side of things. And we actually have a list of the top 10 stocks in energy, which we put on Patreon for our Academy members at patreon.com/Tom Nash. In the Heroic Academy, there's 9 more stocks that fit this bill. But even though Vertev is a great company and it definitely fits the bill, even though CEG, Constellation Energy, which is a stock that we've added to our Academy top stocks list just 3 months ago, and it since did 50%. These are not the only examples of money to be made in infrastructure. These are specific cases. Today, we're going to go a lot higher. I'm going to show you from 10,000 feet all of the industries that will make money, and I will pick what I think is the best player in each category. So let's talk about it right now. Basically, the concept is quite simple. Behind every single impressive LLM that does great things, I mean, I use LLMs, everybody uses LLMs, it's a necessity, right? Behind every single LLM, we have massive investment in infrastructure. We'll talk about it, but it basically is chips, hardware, software, energy, cybersecurity, cooling, all of these things make LLMs run. And I basically picked today 10 companies which will fit this bill and will be the ones building the AI infrastructure for the next decade, which means this is where the money is made. And again, I'm giving away the list for free. There is no hidden stuff. All of the companies will be given to you today for free. There's not going to be for the second or the third company, just go to my Patreon. Everything will be given to you for free because I want you guys to have that. That's important. So let's break apart the basics. If we look at AI infrastructure for the next 10 years, what are we talking about here? We're talking about compute, obviously. GPUs, CPUs, that is where Nvidia is dominating, right? We're talking about semiconductors. That is where TSMC is basically making the actual semiconductors, right? We're talking about networking, high bandwidth, low latency networking solutions. We're talking about physical needs of data centers, such as cooling, such as actual racks being built. We're talking about energy, basically talking about stocks like CEG, Constellation Energy. We're talking about AI management software, the operating system of AI. I think you know where I'm going with this one. We're talking about robotics and edge AI. You should know where I'm going with this one. And we're talking about cybersecurity. If we had to break apart the entire AI infrastructure play for the next decade, these are the main 8 categories where money will be made massively by the leaders in each of these. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in today's video, the leader in each of these categories, because this is where the money will be made, not in the LLMs, in these companies. Now, if you find the best company in each of these, you're going to basically create a very, very lucrative opportunity for yourself. Why? Well, because these are very, very, very capex intensive businesses. They're very, very hard to get into. If you're already dominating one of these businesses, competition has very high barriers to entry because of capex, because of regulation, because of supply chains. It's very, very hard to compete with these companies. If they're already leading, then it's even harder. Basically, these companies all have moats, whether it's patents, brands, client list, agreements. They all have massive demand lined up, existing deals, and basically the entire AI capex cycle that people thought was already running on fumes hasn't even scratched the surface yet, which means they all have massive cash flow coming in, which means it's going to be very hard to compete with these companies. Also, the concept is quite simple. These 3 things: bet on foundational builders, stay patient, make money. Bet on the best ones, stay patient, get rich. It's quite simple. Now I'm going to show you the actual list in a second, and we're going to start with number 1. Obviously, we have to start with Nvidia. Naturally, they're the best in the business as far as GPUs, CPUs. They are the data center king of GPUs. They also have an incredible software that doesn't get enough recognition on social media. Their software is just as good. They're basically critical for AI training and actually implementing AI. Their numbers are insane. There's nothing I can say here. 86% growth in revenues, 5 times cash and debt, 160 rule of 40, which is the best in the stock market, hands down, right? $70 billion in free cash flow at 35 forward PE. This is the gold standard of AI infrastructure at 35 forward PE. That is, to me, absolute insanity how this company is still at 35 forward PE. But again, I'm going to show you a lot of companies who are still misunderstood. And yes, even Nvidia, to an extent, is misunderstood because people don't get how foundational what they're doing and how important it's going to be for the next 10 years. Now, we're not here to talk about Nvidia. I think you all know about Nvidia. Let's talk about TSMC, ticker TSM. They basically build the actual hardware, the actual semiconductors, and they are pretty much a monopoly. Every single big producer works with these guys. They are the global factory for AI. They make the actual semiconductors. There's literally nobody else. Maybe Intel a little bit. They're trying to compete, but not even close. Their numbers are incredible. Almost 40% revenue growth per year, 22 forward PE, which is a joke, 42% net margin, and 2.5 times more cash than debt. They have one of the cleanest balance sheets, massive growth, incredible margins. They are monopolizing the semiconductor market. And again, they are flying under the radar because it's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's not an LLM. They're just building boring hardware. But this boring hardware, whoo, it's going to sell like hotcakes. Now, number 3, AVGO Broadcom. Now, this company basically builds boring networking, chips, and bandwidth solutions. It does wireless stuff, storage controllers, software, everything that's boring and yucky and icky and it's not fun. But hey, these things are massive. Massive. Think about it. AI will require massive amounts of data movement. It's going to require optimized storage solution. And all of these things are Broadcom's bread and butter. This company is incredible. Their numbers are off the charts. 40% growth, 33% operating margin, and only 40 forward PE for this type of company. Again, not the cheapest on the list, but certainly not out of the out of the realm of sanity, like a Palantir, for example. I'll say a few words about that. But the PE here again is very reasonable. Now, number 4. Talking about the devil, Palantir. Yes, I know about the PE ratio. I don't care about the current PE. You have to look at the forward PE. Their forward PE is about 250, 260. It's still incredibly high again, but the premium here is that probably out of this entire list, these guys have absolutely no competition coming, no competition on the horizon, and they're literally becoming the only real operating system for large language models as it pertains to organizations. They are the dashboard, okay? If you're running some sort of an AI in your organization, which everybody's starting to do right now, this is the operating system, AIP. There is nothing else. They are monopolizing this whole thing. And the numbers are showing it, but not quite yet. It's going to get a lot crazier. Right now, we're at 33% growth, which is great. 80 rule of 40, which is incredible. 5 billion in cash, no debt, 92% increase in net income over the past year, and a net dollar retention of 120. That's nice. But within a few years, these numbers are going to look like a joke because they're going to have exponential growth. And the PE ratio, I get it. It scares people. It's not for everyone. Maybe it's not for you, but again, you want to get the premium, you want to get the best, you're always going to pay extra. Now, can Palantir correct 50% immediately? Sure it can. That's not the point. The point is that this company is selling at a massive premium. I get it. But then again, it is a monopoly when it comes to operating software for AI. Number 5, Tesla. I know Tesla is being hated right now by everybody. Everybody hates Tesla. Elon Musk has gone mad. Tesla is finished. I'm dumping Tesla. I'm trimming Tesla. I don't want Tesla exposure right now. I get it. But look, none of the things that happened with the Elon divorce from Trump over the past few days doesn't change the fact that energy storage and AI robotics, when it pertains to AI infrastructure, is going to be massive. Megapacks are insane. They're growing at 100% per year. This thing is essentially an industry standard as far as massive energy storage. The robots that Tesla is building are going to build the machines that build the machines, and then those machines will be operated by the same software. Tesla's robotics is going to revolutionize, is going to build the entire AI infrastructure we're talking about. Robots are cheaper, they don't get tired, they don't get horny, they don't miss out on work, they work for free. Tesla Robotics is going to build it, energy storage is going to store it, and I'm not even saying anything about the cars, not saying anything about the FSD stuff, robotaxi, I'm just talking about the AI infrastructure. Just this alone is a multi-trillion-dollar business, which nobody is paying attention to, right? Now, short term, massive potential pain for Tesla ahead for sure. Long term, doesn't really matter. In a few years, this whole thing will be irrelevant. Sure, for the next 6 to 12 months, I expect fully Tesla to be insanely volatile and will experience some pain probably. But long term, none of this have any impact or vice versa on what happened a few days ago with the Elon implosion on Trump and what happened with these two guys. Now, number 6 on our list is Crowdstrike. Now, Crowdstrike is a company that deals with cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is becoming way more important than ever before. AI data is the fuel. That data is basically in requirement of complete protection. Protection is becoming way more important than it ever has been. And this company essentially controls endpoint security right now. I know SentinelOne are good. I know other companies are good, but these guys are the gold standard when it comes to endpoint security. 120 net dollar retention, 30% growth, 4 times more cash than debt. They are the most robust, scalable, and market-leading solution in endpoint security. They're going to be massive for the AI revolution. Let's go to number 7. Number 7 is Constellation Energy. Now, Constellation Energy, I've made a video about, and I actually put it on my top stocks list on Patreon. I talked about it in full. The entire breakdown is here, patreon.com/Tom Nash. Go to Rock Academy if you're not a member yet. I have a full deep dive explaining why I picked it. Just to give you a quick summary, if you don't want to join the academy or you're not an academy member, they do basically nuclear. Nuclear is super important for data centers because data centers are in massive need of cheap, clean, non-interruptible 24/7, massive capacity energy. Nuclear is the thing. Constellation Energy just signed a deal with Meta for a couple decades for that particular reason. Nuclear is going to be massive for AI data centers because these are the solutions that we will have to employ, and Constellation Energy is going to be a massive benefactor of that. Number 8, ANET. Another video I've mentioned recently, just made a video about it. Arista Networks, basically, there's a YouTube video from 2 years ago. There's one from last week in which I break down this company. Since I talked about it last, 2 years ago, I did 100%. They basically do cloud networking. They do switches, software for large-scale data centers. We talked about it in the video. Go watch the video. I'm going to put it in the description. Look at the numbers, 42% operating margin, no debt, $8 billion of cash, and 20% growth. This company is basically building the infrastructure inside the infrastructure. Wonderful company, wonderful numbers. Go watch the video. I'm not going to be, rehashing old stuff. Number 9, Vertev, another company I talked about. Vertev is basically a company that I just added to my top stocks list in the academy. They are critical for the data center industry. We have basically talked about the fact that cooling with these massive data centers with rack density going through the roof, cooling is becoming one of the most important things in energy management for data centers. These guys are the gold standard. 20% growth, 64% net income growth, 36% operating margin, trading at 33 forward P. Not horrible at all. One of the best companies on this list, one I just talked about a few days ago. And of course, number 10, ASML, the machine that builds the machine. Basically, these guys have the monopoly. These guys are literally the monopoly when it comes to machines who semiconductor producers need to build semiconductors. There's nothing else. There is no AI revolution without ASML machines. Quite as simple as that. They are a quasi-monopoly. There's no alternative. It's a Dutch company, wonderful company, so much demand. The numbers are insane. The growth is in double digits, almost 20%, 26% operating margin, 3 times more cash than debt, trading at 28 forward P. Not horrible. Now, with ASML, let's go to the next one, right? With the exception of AVGO Broadcom, which is a stock I have never added to my top stocks list. I have a stock list of about 30 stocks, which I'm bullish on, and bullish. Bullish actually is in Russian. Bullish. If you know what it means, comment below. I know what it means. Babula. Anyways, so this stock we've never added to the list, but there's 30 stocks on that list. Surprisingly enough, Palantir is on that list for years, 1,200% since it got added. Nvidia is on that list, 865% since added. ANET is on that list, 100% since added. TSMC done 53% since added. Crowdstrike 166% since added. ASML only 10%. Constellation Energy just added 3 months ago, 50%, and Vertev was just added right now. Basically, if you want to get ahead of the game, you want to get notified before everybody else. Right now, I'm still giving away everything, but this whole thing was giving away years ago. These companies were given to my community 2-3 years ago. All of this was already part of our academy. If you want to get ahead of the game, if you want to be informed before everybody else, if you actually understand how these things work, when you get in early, you make more money. Join the academy, learn how to spot these opportunities, get access to the top stocks list, get access to the lectures, get access to the Discord community. A lot of good ideas are coming from the Discord community. Thank you so much. Patreon.com/Tom Nash. Would love to see you there. As always, if you join, you're not happy for any reason, well, 30 days, money back guarantee, so there's no risk to you. That's a policy for us. Thank you so much. I'll see you next one. Peace.